Okay, great. Well, thanks everyone for joining. So really, like I said, we're going to talk about how we can help make starting your journey or progressing on your journey with managed security services with Fortinet as simple and clear as possible. Okay, so what we're going to touch on a little bit about why move to MSSP, why adopt an MSSP business model, why adopt an managed security capability. I think the direction of travel in the market is quite clear. Everybody joining this session is probably aware of that, and that's why you've took the time to join. Okay, I'm going to touch on a little bit about that. Then we talk about what options we've got at Fortinet to help you, and we have exactly that, different options. Okay, so whichever is your preference, we have a path that you can follow. We're going to touch on the MSSP journey and how you can sort of evolve through our Engage Partner Program. And then we've got some simple call to action at the end. Okay. So what does the market look like? Well, if we look at some of the analyst expectations for 2020 to 2025, which we're obviously right in the middle of, it's quite clear that certain areas of the SMB cybersecurity market are growing much quicker than others. Okay, so the network security segment is quite modest growth, right? It's one of the biggest segments because we have a lot of partners, a lot of our channel already sell firewalls and network security products. But a much bigger and faster growing market is the remote management and monitoring of those assets. Okay, so managed security services. So again, a big part of my passion, my focus is helping our partners build on top of the FortiGate that they already love and start to offer services around that and beyond that. Okay, and what we've definitely seen is that if that's done well, our MSSP partners tend to deliver twice the revenue back to Fortinet that an integrator partner does, but they also then increase their own profitability by offering a much margin-rich proposition on top of selling the FortiGate. Okay, so the direction of travel in the market is quite clear, and the link to that report, which is lots of useful information that can help support your business case, is in the bottom of the slide there. Okay, so what we see a lot of, obviously we already have a lot of partners who manage firewalls. They already offer a managed firewall service. Okay, but what I also see is a lot of partners still manage firewalls individually. Okay, so that's typically how they've started a number of years ago. And they deploy a firewall, and then if they want to manage that firewall, they log directly into that firewall. And to make a change, they log directly into that. Now that's okay to start with, but as your estate grows and you bring on more customers, that becomes a quite complex and difficult way to scale. Okay, so we have some much simpler ways to enable our partners to manage a growing estate more effectively, and that's using the cloud. Okay, but as you're probably aware, the bigger your estate grows, if you don't introduce a level of simplification, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of resources, and that increases the cost of delivering that service. So really, we need to enable our partners, make them more aware of the options we have to simplify that task. Okay, and that's what we'll touch on now in terms of what options we do have. Okay, so if we have condensed it into two simple paths, really. Do you want to get Fortinet to deliver that management for you and with you? Okay, to make it easier for you to deliver that service to the customer, which is definitely what an approach that we're seeing more demand for. Or the much more traditional and an obvious route to retain your value is to use Fortinet technology to deliver that service yourself. Of course, we have lots of different partners, and everybody has a slightly different requirement and preference. So it's critical that we offer those options. Okay. So in terms of delegating to Fortinet, the option that we're going to talk about today is our managed FortiGate service, which is a fairly new service offering. And then the options for managing yourself is largely based around our FortiCloud platform. Okay. Again, we have other options beyond that, but we're going to keep it pretty simple today. And a lot of this is aimed at partners who serve SMB, SME customers. Okay. So just quickly touch on the managed FortiGate service. If you don't have a managed firewall capability today, that is probably your best option to just test the market, to prove that your customers want to pay for that service, okay, without having to build the capability in-house. Now, of course, that comes with some conditions, okay, because it's about partnering with Fortinet to deliver that. But it is a quick option and a quick route to market. And we make it simple in terms of the way it's paid for with the licensing. So we'll just touch on that for a minute. Okay, the great thing is it's device-based licensing. So if you've already got an existing estate of FortiGates that you've sold to your customers, if you've resold them and you've got a lot of customers who've got deployed FortiGates, you can effectively go back to those customers and upsell them a managed service license on that FortiGate. And it's a license specific to the FortiGate that it's being managed. Okay. It's delivered using our specialists, and naturally there's still some level of responsibility for the partner, which I think is good for you because it helps retain some of your value. But in terms of the core work that's being done to manage those devices, make changes, and any level of monitoring with that, that's done from Fortinet in the background. Okay, so we just support your people to deliver that service to your customers. Okay, and I think the device-based licensing is a great approach because it really minimizes the amount of investment that is required, certainly on the partner's behalf. And again, you can sell that through to your customers, and the point of contact can be Fortinet to your customer, but we still obviously are 100% channel, so that has to be procured through the channel partner and through the distributor. Okay, but in terms of the interaction for the service, that can be either between Fortinet and the customer, or it can be between Fortinet and the point of contact can be the partner. So if you would prefer to be the point of contact with Fortinet on behalf of all of your customers, we can operate like that too. Okay. And the portal that it is managed through is the FortiCloud portal, and you can see a screenshot from it here on the screen. Okay. So again, what you'll start to see is FortiCloud platform, the FortiCloud platform and the portals within that becomes a real central point for you expanding your capability. Okay, so that's a very quick piece and update on the managed FortiGate service. There's some supporting resources at the end, so a data sheet and more information on that service offering. Okay, so watch out for that. So option B, deliver and build and deliver the managed service offering yourself. Okay, it's a very common preference in our partner base. We still have to make it simple and easy and accessible for our partners. And really, that when it comes down to delivering managed firewall services, typically for SMB and SME customers, the best option there is FortiGate Cloud. Okay. So to be clear, it's not a FortiGate in the cloud. It's a management portal to be used to deliver management of a FortiGate. Okay. So essentially, if you've got a FortiGate that you sell and you deploy, whether that's physical or virtual, you can connect it to FortiGate Cloud and you can manage that device from the cloud portal. So you can see how a centralized cloud portal to manage all of your FortiGates becomes a very compelling proposition. And it becomes much, much easier to maintain an effective estate using the FortiGate Cloud portal compared to other approaches, which is managing the FortiGate individually, which becomes difficult. Okay. Now there's a paid license on the FortiGate for this as well. So if you want to deliver the management using FortiGate Cloud, you can pay for the upgrade license on the FortiGate. That opens the functionality you need to deliver the service. So configuration management directly from the cloud, 12 months reporting and analytics and log storage, management of all the firmware backups and storage of all the firmware backups in the cloud. Okay, so all of those critical functions you can just unlock with a paid license on the device. And this really aligns to a lot of what we're being asked for by our partners, because when I speak to a partner and say, what is it you need to be effective? They say, we want it in the cloud. We want it simple. We don't want to have a big upfront investment. We would prefer it to be sort of, we have to invest in it when we sell it. So that's what we've got with FortiGate Cloud. Okay. You can just attach the license to what you sell to the customer, and then you only pay for anything when you've sold to the customer. Critically, with FortiGate Cloud, you can also have visibility and manage any downstream infrastructure. So if you have switches, APs, extenders connected to that FortiGate, you can see and manage that infrastructure as well. So it becomes a very compelling proposition when you want to offer a network as a service even to a customer. Okay. So we've touched on this a little bit, so we'll whiz through this, but there's a small setup license which unlocks multi-tenancy in FortiGate Cloud that enables you to create sub-accounts and register customers' devices to individual sub-accounts in that portal. And there's an element of separation, which is important, but it's a very modest setup cost that for 1 year, which basically allows unlimited sub-accounts. Okay, and then you've got the per device license on the FortiGate, and that unlocks that functionality that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so really it enables you to build a proposition, standardize on some SKUs, and pay as you grow as and when you sell your offering to more customers. Okay. So I'm conscious of time, so I'm just going to move through some of these. I think it's important to touch on some of the critical management functions in FortiCloud. So remember, FortiCloud is the overall platform. Best think of that as a one login, one dashboard into multiple Fortinet portals. Okay. But really, we're building and developing a lot of critical functionality in that platform to align it to the requirements of an MSP. So you can manage all of your support tickets. You can register and manage all of your assets that you manage, and you can manage all of your users and role-based access in that in the FortiCloud portal as well. Okay. Again, I've got some links at the end to videos and quick explainers, which make it easy. FortiGate Cloud is just one of the portals, one of the products within that platform. Okay. I think it's essential that we make it clear, because there's a lot of product names that start with 40. We think we need to make sure that we make it clear on the relationship between all of them. Okay, but just think of FortiCloud as your one dashboard, one login for anything to do with cloud portals and cloud services and cloud management from Fortinet. Okay, I'm just going to move through this. Okay, so that's an important point if we look at the journey. So a typical starting point is building a managed firewall offering using FortiGate Cloud. Okay, but you can extend that to cover the network by integrating switches and APs, and you can still use FortiGate Cloud to deliver that. Okay. Again, we also have other cloud-based products in that portal, like FortiClient Cloud and FortiSASE. FortiClient Cloud is the FortiClient that you know, but just a cloud-based version. If you don't want to manage the underlying infrastructure by running a FortiClient EMS, you can deliver it. You can use it and deliver it from the cloud. So what we're building is a real comprehensive suite of cloud products that enable you to continue to develop your offering, and the FortiCloud platform becomes that one central place. Okay. There's an additional license that is available, which you actually get as a select MSSP, which enables you to open up more functionality and free trials across that platform. And that's the FortiCloud Premium license. That's not a mandatory starting point. Okay. It's just to enable open up more functionality as you continue to develop your offering. Okay. So it's not required to get started. Okay. But it does start to open up more options for you in the future. And to enable partners to go on a journey, we're encouraging partners to adopt FortiCloud at Advocate, and that's why we include the FortiCloud Premium license as a benefit at Select, because naturally, as you grow as a partner, you grow in the areas that you want to cover and the services you want to offer. So we want to encourage that. Okay. And you know, we can in separate follow-up sessions, we can cover these products in more detail, but the premium license offers free trials of those products, which make it easier for you to test them, build demo infrastructure, and really become comfortable with the how to use it. Okay, so just to summarize then, minimal upfront investment, ready to start. You can get started without any investment, and the only investment comes when you want to unlock more functionality to continue the journey. But FortiCloud is a platform that is accessible to everybody just by logging in with your Fortinet support portal credentials. Okay, so if you go to FortiCloud and you log in with the same username and password that you use to log into your support portal account, you'll log into the FortiCloud dashboard and you'll see all your assets. Okay. The access is available for everybody. So what does the journey look like? Okay, well, again, at Advocate, we're really encouraging our partners to, first of all, share their business model with us. If you want to deliver managed services or you already offer managed services, then adopt the MSSP business model at Advocate. The benefits are a bit softer. Okay, so although the requirements are very low, you just have to fill out a short 6-question survey. The benefits on offer are softer. The benefits you get are representation in the program as a more specialist partner. You get the ability to work, we are able to focus on you as a partner and build more communication with you that's more relevant to your business. Okay. And it starts the journey. Then when you move to select, if that's part of your plan, the requirements are a little bit more. So you have to complete some technical certifications and outline a short business plan, but then you start to open up a lot more benefits. Okay, and I've highlighted the FortiCloud Premium license in there because we've touched on that today. Of course, you get additional discounts, you get access to specializations, so you can specialize in SD-WAN or you can specialize in cloud or OT, whatever suits your business. It also enables you to be eligible for consumption models. So we have a selection of consumption models that are popular with cloud and MSP providers. There's some gateways to entry. Select, and it makes you eligible for those consumption models. Again, we're not going to cover that in this session, but really that select partnership opens up a lot more of Fortinet options for you. Okay. So what's the benefit for MSSPs with our FortiCloud propositions, our managed firewall service? It enables you to simplify your operations. Okay. Maintain central visibility of your estate, which is critical. And so that you can serve your customers in a much more efficient format. The FortiCloud platform itself offers a lot of scalability. Okay. The biggest instance we've got of a partner using FortiGate Cloud is managing 25,000 devices across, I think, 23,000 sub accounts. Okay. So there's no problem with scale. Okay. It enables you can absolutely grow with it. And a lot of the reporting and analytics functionality that's built into those products enables you to monetize reporting, provide better feedback to your customers as part of that service, and demonstrate more value to the customer, which again, if the commercials align to that, you can start to charge more to the customers, and with that efficiency comes profitability. Okay, but that's a key point because you're only profitable if you're efficient. So our main focus is enabling you to be efficient, give you plenty of options, and that opens up possibility of a more profitable Fortinet business. Okay, so we've got some supporting resources that I think is useful to mention, and I think when we share around the PowerPoint slides, the links are embedded into this slide. So first of all, we've got a managed service best practice white paper. Okay, I wrote that white paper last year, and really it talks about the preparation steps before any productization efforts. So it doesn't talk about products or technology. It talks about the steps you can take as a partner to prepare well. So it talks about things like segmenting your customers. It talks about understanding your capability, current and future. Okay, and it talks about a few other things that you can work through to prepare well. We then got the more specific product related information. So, like I said, a data sheet on the managed FortiGate service with more information. And then we've got overviews of the FortiGate Cloud and the FortiCloud platform itself. The support pin overview is something that is, you may have seen it on if I go back to the select slide, there's a benefit here, direct access to Fortinet support. Okay, really what that means is you get for your NSE4 certified engineers, if you are select and above, you get a benefit for your technical investment in Fortinet. And that benefit is a support pin code. That enables you to, when you log a ticket with Fortinet, that enables you to bypass our level 1 and go straight to level 2. Okay, so if you're offering a managed service and you do your own troubleshooting first, you don't really want to log a ticket and then hit Fortinet's first line support. That support pin enables you to bypass first line and go to second line support. What it enables is a quicker resolution on tickets. So that enables you to then deliver a more effective support offering to your customers. So it's critical if you're thinking about working towards select and above, and you're taking NSE4 certifications, make sure you be mindful of the benefits of the support pin. Okay. We're nearly done now. I've got a few minutes ahead of time. We've got plenty of time for questions. So really, I mentioned it earlier, FortiCloud as a platform is accessible for everybody. Okay. You can get started with registering FortiGates in FortiGate Cloud in less than 10 minutes because I've done it with one of my engineers. Okay. So if you purchase the multi-tenant license for FortiGate Cloud, that unlocks sub accounts. Essentially, if you log into forticloud.com, go to services, go to services at the top of the dashboard, go to the FortiGate Cloud portal, create a sub account for a customer, assign a device to that sub account, and you can start managing that device dedicated for that customer. And that can be done in less than 10 minutes. Okay, there's a bunch of supporting links, videos, steps to follow into more technical and operational steps, but it is super simple to get started. I think it's best the way we've built the licensing. I think it's best to think of it a bit like an app on your phone. Sometimes you can download an app, or a lot of the time you can download an app on your phone and you can download that app for free. But if you want to unlock more functionality in that app, there's a charge. Think of it like that. You have full access to FortiCloud, and there's some base level functionality you can use to get started. If you want more, then there's usually a license for it. Okay. But we want to make it accessible to everybody to start with. Okay. So call to action then. Speak if you want follow-up information, you want to move the discussion forward, speak with your channel account manager at Fortinet, speak with your distribution representative. Request to adopt the MSSP business model, because that starts to put you in a smaller group of partners and it makes it easier for us to focus our communications with you more effectively. We can focus and prioritize our efforts on you as well as an MSP. Log into the FortiCloud management platform using your existing Fortinet support portal login credentials. Okay. If you're brand new to Fortinet and you don't have that, you can easily just create an account and get started. That then enables you to start to develop your managed firewall offering and start your journey from there.